Genesis, the 2nd chapter, I'm going to start at verse 2. It reads, "And on the 7th day God ended his work, which he had made, and he rested on the 7th day from all his work which he had made. And God blessed the 7th day, and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work which God created and made." So we know how the Most High rested on the 7th day. So let's see what he told Moses to tell his people. This is Exodus, the 31st chapter. I'm going to start at verse 12. It reads, "And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak thou also unto the children of Israel, saying, Verily, my Sabbaths ye shall keep, for it is a sign between me and you throughout your generations, that ye may know that I am the Lord that doeth sanctify you. Ye shall keep the Sabbath therefore, for it is holy unto you. Every one that defileth it shall surely be put to death. For whosoever doeth any work therein, that soul shall be cut off from among his people. 6 days may work be done, but in the 7th is the Sabbath of rest, holy to the Lord. Whosoever doeth any work in the Sabbath day, he shall surely be put to death." So far through these couple of verses, we see that we are to keep the Sabbath throughout our generations, so forever. It is a holy sign between us and the Lord that we are that chosen people. And we can go back to verse 13 real quick. He only says, speaking to the children of Israel. So that cuts everybody trying to keep the Sabbath. It cuts Christianity. Only the children of Israel right now should be trying to keep the Sabbath. It has nothing to do with the other nations or Christianity. It has to do with the children of Israel. Now to go back and touch on verses 14 and 15, we see that you were not to work on the Sabbath day. That's one of the rules. You can work 6 days out of the week, but on the 7th day, that is where you begin your rest at. So a question may be, if you do work on the Sabbath day, what should you do? You should try to get from sunup to sundown on the Saturday, the 7th day. You should try to get that off if you can. But if not, the Most High knows that you are in captivity, but definitely try to get from sunup to sundown on Saturday off if you can, so you can keep the Holy Sabbath unto the Lord. This is Exodus chapter 31, verses 16 and 17. Let's see how serious the Sabbath is between the Most High and the children of Israel. "Wherefore the children of Israel shall keep the Sabbath, to observe the Sabbath throughout their generations, for a perpetual covenant. It is a sign between me and the children of Israel forever. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, and on the 7th day he rested and was refreshed." So if you've ever had any doubt about keeping the Sabbath, or if it's done away with, right here shows you that the Most High never has ever done away with the Sabbath, that the children of Israel should be keeping throughout all their generations forever. This is Exodus, the 35th chapter. I'm going to start at verse 2. It reads, "6 days shall work be done, but on the 7th day there shall be to you a holy day, a Sabbath of rest to the Lord. Whosoever doeth work therein shall be put to death. Ye shall kindle no fire throughout your habitations upon the Sabbath day." So where it reads in verse 3 of the 35th chapter of Exodus, where it says kindle no fire, this is more so talking about cooking. So like not turning on the stove, not using the microwave, lights like that. You can start your car, you can, turn on your phone, turn on your TV, light a candle. It's not talking about that. It's more so talking about in the context of cooking. Let's see why the Most High told Moses to tell the children of Israel they are not allowed to kindle any fire. This is Exodus chapter 16. I'm going to read verse 23. It says, "And he said unto them, This is that which the Lord hath said, Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath unto the Lord. Bake that which ye will bake today, and seethe that ye will seethe, and that which remaineth over lay up for you to be kept until the morning." So in verse 23, where it reads that toward the middle of the verse, it says, "Bake that which ye will bake today." So, that's pretty much self-explanatory. If you were going to bake anything, you bake it, on the day before, the night before, the preparation before the Sabbath. And then we read, it says, "And seethe that ye will seethe, and that which remaineth over lay up, for it to be kept until the morning." But I want to touch on that word seethe. When you go back into the Hebrew for that word, it's bashal, and the definitions are to boil, cook, bake, roast, ripen, grow ripe. So basically what the scriptures is telling us, that you are not allowed to cook anything. That's why it tells us do not kindle no fire. It all goes in together with the cooking. So cook whatever you can the day before, but you can I would say if you need to make like a cold cut sandwich or something like that, you should try to make it the day before. But if you forget, just repent and then make it on that day. This is Nehemiah 10 verse 31. It reads, "And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals on the Sabbath day to sell, that we will not buy it of them on the Sabbath or on the holy day, and that we would leave the 7th year and the exaction of every debt." So as we can see in verse 31, we see that we were not allowed to buy anything from these other nations that would set outside the gates of Jerusalem, mostly, Hamites. And because, we always want to, to buy things, people today, especially Israelites, so-called black men today, always ready to spend their money, spending every single paycheck they get. We were always ready to buy stuff from them. And the thing was, they were not allowed to sell to us on that day. So that means we cannot sell. We're not allowed to sell anything, and that means you can't, go out and buy any groceries. You can't go out and sell anything that, you may put, even if you put something on offer up or something like that. You can't be responding to that or nothing like that. And any apps you use to sell, you got to relate it to everything today as well. So you can't go out buying no groceries, and you can't be trying to sell anything from sun up to sundown on that Saturday. This is Isaiah, the 58th chapter. I'm going to start at verse 13. It reads, "If thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day, and call the Sabbath a delight, the holy of the Lord honorable, and shalt honor him, not doing thine own ways, nor finding thine own pleasure, nor speaking thine own words, then shalt thou delight thyself in the Lord, and I will cause thee to ride upon the high places of the earth, and feed thee with the heritage of Jacob thy father, for the mouth of the Lord hath spoken it." So as we can see in verse 13, it reads, "From doing thy pleasure on my holy day." So you can't be, watching TV, your favorite show, be on Instagram, whatever social media platform you have, just doing whatever. You're not supposed to do any of your pleasures on this day. Anything that brings you pleasure outside of the word of the Most High. Then you go down toward the middle of the verse, it reads, "And shalt honor him, not doing thine own ways, nor finding thine own pleasure, nor speaking thine own words." So that touches more like nothing that finds you pleasure carnally, that has nothing to do with the Most High, do not do it. Neither speak thine own words. So you should be in conversation about the Most High if you can. If not, read the Bible, read the Apocrypha, get up caught on some scriptures if you want to study some Bible verses, study where the books are in the Bible, anything. It just focuses on the Most High from that sun up to sundown on Saturday. Also, I want to mention that, if you want to, you can still watch like truth videos on YouTube, or if you do want to get on social media, more so Instagram. Like I said, there's a lot of Israelites on there. You can look at their posts, just stuff like that. Just try to stay away from everything that does not have nothing to do with the Most High from that time period. So like even if you want to make, if you're making a YouTube video about the truth, a breakdown or something like that, you're allowed to do that as well. That has to do with the Most High. You feel what I'm saying? So anything, just really think anything that has to do with the Most High, I can be doing on this day, but all the other stuff that I normally do during the week, do not do that. This is Matthew, the 12th chapter. I'm going to start at verse 1. It reads, "At that time, Yahawashi went on the Sabbath day through the corn, and his disciples were in hunger, and began to pluck the ears of corn and to eat. But when the Pharisees saw it, they said unto him, Behold, thy disciples do that which is not lawful to do upon the Sabbath day." We go down here to verse 12. He says, "How much then is a man better than a sheep? Wherefore it is lawful to do well on the Sabbath days." So what Yahawashi is telling us is that, like, let's say you forget, to make your food or something like that, and he don't want you to starve. So, if you got to, make your food, if you see somebody having some trouble or something like that, someone of your own people, if you're out teaching and you're on your way to camp and someone's having trouble, or you need to help somebody out, it's okay to do good on the Sabbath day. It's lawful to do well on the Sabbath days.